Hey guys, this is Will of TyBL and welcome back to my channel. This video is kinda different from my usual ones since these are not my personal reviews but also based from different people. I actually haven't seen some BLs in here, but since a lot of other people are recommending these BLs, I decided to include it in here. This video is for those people who really want to watch some pretty dramatic dramas or shows that have sad ending, or just for people who want to avoid this kind of BLs. Anyway, if you happen to watch some of these shows, you can leave your review on the comment section below. Anyway, if you live in a different country and some BL series are not available to yours, you can use ExpressVPN to watch those restricted series. Use the link on the description below to have 49% discount and 3 months free if you opt to avail the 12-month plan. Without further ado, let's get right into the video. This BL is really close to my heart and it needs to be seen by many. He's Coming to Me actually has a happy ending, but for them to have that, it was not pretty easy. This show got a lot of sad and dramatic scenes and you should be ready. But don't worry, there's really no traumatizing scene in this one, so if you haven't seen this yet, you are safe. This is still one of the best BLs that is balanced with its dramatic and lovely scenes. You'll learn that this is really a heavy drama BL after watching the first part of the episode 1. Just a warning for those who haven't seen that yet. The first part had one of the most traumatizing opening for me in a BL, and that should be taken lightly. If you decide on watching the whole series, make sure that your heart is ready since you might be crying for every episode. This BL got one of the most beautiful story in this lineup and one of my most recommended for everyone. If you are done watching until we meet again and still, you want to see another reincarnation story, then you might want to check Do the movie. I just saw this drama this year and I was actually amazed with the story. I kinda like this movie from the beginning until midway, but overall it's still a good show. My only complaint with this one is the relationship between the teacher and the student. It was awkward and I felt that it's just wrong. But if you're okay with that thing, then consider this one. I just barely started watching this series yesterday and I already fell in love with it. I'm just a little bit off with the attitude of Zhao Haoting, most especially when he tried to lock in Chigu on his apartment. Anyway, I haven't really seen the whole series, but I was already spoiled by a lot of people with its ending. They said that the series was pretty good from the beginning until the second to the last episode of the show. Some also noted that the finale episode felt disconnected with the rest of the episodes because of the tragic ending. But if you also want to watch other BL series other than TyBLs, then you should try watching this. It's been a speculation last year that the novel version would be adopted into a drama, and it was actually true. The effect only consisted of 3 episodes, but they followed the dark side of the novel in it. I only read some summaries of this novel and I never got a chance to watch it because of traumatizing plot. This drama is one of the darkest show in this list, and if you can't handle such things, then you might want to opt this out. But if you're the kind of person who will watch everything, then you might consider this. If you just want to be sad for every episode and constantly break your heart because of a show, then Theory of Love will be more than sufficient for that. Although this BL got a happy ending for its conclusion, The happy moments were only for a single episode. The rest of the series, it was devastating for its viewers. But if you are being worried about the scenes of this BL, don't worry because it's much lighter when it comes to its plot compared to others in this list. Most people would relate on this show because one-sided love has never been old. I honestly haven't seen this yet, but a lot of people who have watched this are recommending this to everyone. This BL is being considered as underrated because of how few people have seen this. According to some reviews, it actually started pretty good until the third episode. The finale episode was mixed reactions for a lot of people though. Some said that the ending was a bit unrealistic, but anything can happen in a drama. Although this drama got a tragic ending, most people would say that this is worth it. A lot of people are actually praising this film as being so raw that it embodied some problems that we have in the society when it comes to LGBT. It's a movie from Korea and I don't know if this is considered as BL. Anyway, according to some, this is based from true to life story and from there, the director made a show out of it. Some said that there were disturbing scenes from the film, but I do not know if it's brutal enough to be watched by everyone. I never saw this movie, but from what I've read so far, this is where the movie was based from. I don't know if it's only an inspiration or something, but the story is exactly the same. So if you already watched the movie, you might skip this, but if you are curious for their similarities and differences, then this show might be worth it for you. I only watched My Bromance the series years ago, but never watched the movie version until recently. I was never a fan of BLs with a sad ending, but since the shows have evolved to the point that almost all of them have a happy ending, I decided to have a courage to see this one. The movie version is actually good for my taste. I can see how both Fluke were so good before and they even become better actors in this time. If you are okay to watch a sad ending, then try this one. If you have been watching my videos, you already know that I'm a scaredy cat and can't handle horror shows. That's the reason why I haven't seen this film yet, because based on the trailer, it got some scary scenes and I don't want to see that. But some people said that it was actually misleading and this is not really a horror story but only with a touch of it. Based on some reviews, this show has so much depth in it and you have to understand some representations to get the message of the film. I really want to see BUNGEE in this one, but I need to gather more courage. If you are okay with that, then this is highly recommended. If you just want to cry, then this series can give you that with all of its episodes. You might be tired of seeing a BL with students being the main focus of the story, but this is different. Definitely, this show has a league of its own and it will be hard to top this BL in 2020. This BL got pretty good dramatic scenes and everything in this show is raw and powerful. This will be my most recommended BL to watch for this year. This iconic movie started it all and way back more than a decade ago. Sad endings are just usual for every LGBT themed movies and shows, and this one is not an exception. We can't argue that the generation we live in today is drastically different from before when it comes to understanding and accepting the community. With the change we have today, it reflects on the films and series being released. Love of SIAM can be watched by everyone because it's not only a BL or gay themed but also focuses on the story of friendship. I'm not really sure whether this series is a BL or just a bromance, but some people said that it's worth it. This series is a little bit different because of its plot. You might consider this one if you are a fan of The Untamed because it got some similarities based on what I have read. Anyway, both Guardian and The Untamed are Chinese dramas. Dramas with a sad story or sad ending don't mean that they are not worth to watch. Life is not always rainbows and butterflies. It also has storms that will test our personalities and faith. Anyway, share your reviews and comments if you have watched some of the shows in this list. Thank you for watching. That's it and see you on the next one.